Mariko Tamaki and Ivan Reyes explore Arkham Tower as the Batwoman goes undercover in the hospital to try and get to the bottom of the enigma that is Tobias Ware and his miracle treatments. Mariko Tamaki continues her really interesting Shadows of the Bat event with an issue that fleshes out Arkham Tower a little bit more after the violence-filled first installment, exploring Dr. Weir's origins as a tormented son of a violent, mentally ill woman and how that shaped his outlook on mental illness, which as we find isn't so squeaky clean as he sells it as. I love Tamaki's use of the Bat family here and having them do much of their detective work out of costume and in their civilian identities, or in Kate's case, an undercover identity, utilizing her military intelligence background to dig into the hospital and reveal its connections to the possible drug trade that's going on in the streets and that was mentioned last issue. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what Tamaki has in store for us in the tower now that we have all of these different plot points set up, with the tower being a little bit shiftier than it is being made out to be, so I'm looking forward to learning more about that and about Weir and his violent background. Ivan Reyes continues with his brilliant artwork this issue, focusing on character interactions this time around and doing a great job capturing the emotions of the characters while keeping up the cool red coloured violence motif from last issue in some panels. Detective Comics issue 1048 continues the Shadows of the Bat storyline really well, fleshing out a little bit more about Arkham Tower, its head doctor, and some of the more violent patients, leading to some interesting revelations for the Bat family to uncover and investigate. I'm going to give this issue an 8.5 out of 10. Detective Comics issue 1048 heads to Gotham's Children's Services, where the young Tobias Ware waits for his mother as she is taken to the hospital. A woman comes to see the boy, asking if he prefers the name Toby. The woman reveals her name to be Harriet London, bribing the boy with some candy in order to get him to talk about what happened and how his mother might have hurt someone. London knows that things can be scary, especially when someone you love is being scary. The woman knows that thanks to the past instances that Toby's mother has done this before, she will need to stay at the hospital now. Toby wants his mother just to get better, reassured that the doctors will take good care of her and Toby will be looked after as well. 12 days into Arkham Tower's operations, Dr. Weir meets with Lisa Frau, a potential recruit for the tower. Lisa learns that Weir started his psychiatric ward residency in Dade County, knowing that he should probably put his certificates up so people stop asking. Lisa apologizes since she's nervous, but Weir reassures her that she should ask questions on these sort of interviews. The doctor soon receives an urgent phone call telling Lisa to wait outside. The woman goes outside, revealing herself to actually be Kate Kane, who contacts Oracle, but before she can check in with Barbara, Weir returns, asking if she wants the grand tour. As they travel through the facility, Weir says that they have 37 patients, all a class 8 or higher, and they actually took all the cases who survived A-Day in, as well as 4 emergency cases from Gotham General. Patients who are exclusively violent and their crimes the stuff of nightmares, but he knows that they are their patients and they are their responsibility. Weir takes the tour down to the basement, which he reassures Lisa is the most secure of the tower, reassuring Lisa it's no dungeon like she might assume, and she'll be able to see what they really have achieved there, despite what the media would say. Reaching the floor, Lisa is shocked to find that Mr. Freeze is there, along with many other dangerous inmates of Arkham. Lisa knows that Freeze tried to destroy the city multiple times and almost succeeded. Weir asks Victor how he is, and he just says that he is good, wanting to go and fetch himself an iced coffee. The villain is let go as Lisa asks how this is possible and what is the treatment he is on, but Weir says that he wants to save most of that for when it's her first day, reassuring her that the patients are all in chemical and in-person therapy. He knows they haven't cleaned everyone up 100%, but the combinations they have come up with newer drug therapies are effective, but that's not to say patients don't have a few issues still. Lisa notices a door that's unlocked and Weir introduces him to a patient who thinks that she is the real Harley Quinn, saying that she's in there because she tried to blow up a food court but didn't cause any injuries and it was like she wanted to be caught. Lisa is soon also introduced to Anna Volison, someone Kate knows very well, having come across the killer as Batwoman. She shakes Anna's hand and the woman compliments her soft skin before taking her leave, saying that she can smell something. Lisa asks Weir about the rumors of the tower expanding into taking more than just criminal patients, and Weir says that it's just pending government funding. He knows that these patients are more like litmus tests of what is possible, while Dr. Chase Meridian is undertaking assessments of the facility before they officially open in 2 weeks. They continue to talk about the reports needed for the tower to be formally open until the tour comes to an end, with Weir offering to see Lisa out. As they travel the elevator up, the woman asks why he decided to dedicate his life to the criminally insane. Weir tells her about his mother, and if she was alive now, she would have been one of the violent criminals in the tower, and he was saved by the system that was there for him, but it wasn't there for his mother, and he decided to make sure that there would be a system that cared for people like his mother. Lisa thanks him for sharing, taking her leave as Chase comes to see Weir, wanting to talk about some patients she hasn't been able to see yet, as well as talk to Dr. Ocean. Weir knows that he'll sort out the patients, and Dr. Ocean will be hard to track down since he's busy with medical conferences with the pharmaceutical companies. Meridian also mentions a smell the patients have been experiencing, thinking that it's some sort of side effect with the medication, so Weir says he'll look into it, taking his leave. Kate, now free of her doctor persona, heads to Oracle's new underground base, talking with Oracle about how she thinks that she got the job. Barbara says that she did find Weir's medical license, thinking maybe he is an actual legit operation, but Kate thinks that they need more info on whoever Dr. Ocean is. She asks about Batman, but Kate hasn't heard anything from the Dark Knight as Nightwing arrives, asking if Kate saw her, but Kate says she is there and is a patient but didn't see her. Barbara tells them that if there is a connection to the drugs on the street and the tower, it could be anyone, thinking maybe they should focus on Ocean. While Kate doesn't have proof, she knows that what's happening in the tower isn't some modern medical miracle, and thinks Weir doesn't think it's a miracle either. In the past, Harriet tells the young Weir that everything is going to be okay as he is left to be picked up by the Wayne Home for Boys. Only he leaves the hospital before they can arrive, calling his friend Rob and asking if he wants to get some pizza. Upon getting the pizza with his friend, Toby reveals that he stole Harriet's money and credit cards, as Rob asks about Toby's mother, learning she isn't getting out of hospital anytime soon. Toby says that fixing what's wrong with people like his mother is a waste of time, so he doesn't care about her or people like her.